unconscious. He hasn't moved. He's cold extremity. It's probably need an ambulance.
Okay, how old is he?
He is 19.
And was he breathing?
He is breathing.
Was there any alcohol or anything involved, do you know?
Yes.
That 911 call, now a year old, placed hours after 19-year-old Penn State sophomore Timothy Piazza fell headfirst down the stairs after being served 18 drinks in 90 minutes in a fraternity house hazing ritual, with frat brothers sending text messages like this. He looked dead, as you can see on your screen. At the end of the day, I'm accountable for it all, they said. And another one said, I don't want to go to jail for this. Tim died on February the 4th, 2017. Now, in an open letter to parents nationwide, his parents write this: our amazing, caring, good-hearted 19-year-old son, this strapping redhead from Western New Jersey, known for his love of life and his desire to help those in need, was the victim of violent, organized fraternity hazing and brutal neglect. That is not on his death certificate, but that is what we get to live with every day. And welcome back to our program, our friends, Tim's parents, Jim and Evelyn Piazza, joining me now with their attorney, Thomas Klein. It's obviously and I'm sure that these anniversaries very, very, very hard. And I'm sure all of it comes back to you. And I give you so much credit because I know that you're really trying to make a difference in what's going on here. Do you feel like anything is changing or the message is getting out or that schools are changing their behavior at all so far, Jim?
Yeah, I think the message is getting out, and we're hearing from people from really throughout the country who are talking to their children. We see a lot of schools that are making changes, suspending fraternities that are doing bad things, changing the rules at fraternities. So we feel good that the message is being heard. Where we somewhat feel upset is that there were 3 other deaths after our sons this year, and that was kind of very disappointing for us, and each one of them hurt.
Yeah, we have a list actually of the other names: Matt Ellis, Max Groover. Matt Ellis is Texas State, Max Groover, LSU, Andrew Coffey, Florida State, and you know I would consider that a partial list because there are other people who died due to excessive drinking at college campuses. And Thomas Klein is here as well. So one of the biggest statements that's going to be made, potentially, is when this goes to trial. And perhaps these young men see some real ramifications for this brutal neglect that the Piazzas talk about in their letter.
There's no doubt about it. There is going to be a day of justice for them. That's what Jim and Ev have been interested in. It's not only about punishment, however, it's about deterrence. Their message is that this doesn't happen again, and that can be aided by the criminal justice and the civil justice process.
So tell us where the trial, where is it now? What can we expect next?
We're in the preliminary stages. The case will have to wind its way through a series of hearings, but ultimately by the end of this calendar year, hopefully, certainly no later than into the early part of next year, there will be a trial.
And the strongest charge is involuntary manslaughter?
There are charges that are still pending involving involuntary manslaughter as well as aggravated assault. There are also hazing charges. There are also charges of furnishing alcohol. Combined, there are many, many individuals who face many years in jail.
So, Jim and Evelyn, have you, I know that you have a foundation that you're trying to, and what do you want to do with that foundation?
Well, we have dedicated some of it for high school scholarships at Tim's High School. And the bulk of it is pretty much dedicated to funding prosthetics for people who can't afford it, especially children and potentially soldiers, because that's what Tim really wants to do with his mechanical engineering degree.
It's lovely, and I hope that you have even more interest in it from tonight, and we'll put the information out there for everybody who wants to hear it. In terms of the families and your letter, Jim, what would you expand on that message for us in terms of what you're telling parents and students?
We want parents to have the discussions with their children when they're going off to college, when they're thinking about joining fraternities. Talk to them about what hazing is and the risks associated with it, as well as people that are already in fraternities. Encourage their children not to get involved with hazing. And if you get involved in a situation that you're not comfortable with and you see you could be putting somebody in harm, get out, leave, and report it. Call for help. That stuff shouldn't be happening. It kills people, And we only hear about the people that die. We don't hear about the people that are affected and have post-traumatic stress syndrome and all those other things. So we're only hearing about the people that died. But there's so many others that we've heard about that have lasting effects from
the
being
hazing.
hazed. That's right.
Evelyn, what can you tell us about that?
Just that, like, we know of people who they have a hard time functioning now. They don't have the memory that they once had. It's ruined their whole lives.
I mean, you combine the drinking with the other stuff too. You know, the abuse and the humiliation that is supposed to make you feel like your brothers,
Right.
which I've just never been able to wrap my head around. But that is sick and inhumane, and I think that must linger with some of these, sensitive young men as well, Jim.
Yeah, I think it doesn't. It's not only drinking. We've become close with a number of other families, and we're familiar with one situation where an individual died because he drank too much water, a forced drinking of water. We know of somebody else that jumped off a bridge. There's so many other incidents that people just don't hear about. Hazing is wrong. It hurts people. And the laws throughout the country really need to be stiffened and changed.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Hazing is not only wrong, it is criminal.
Thank you. We're going to stay tuned to your story, and we'll take a quick break.